Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be discussing the ride height of the truck. And this truck sits level now, but before it's set a little bit lower on the driver's side. And this truck does come with the factory air suspension. And I'm going to show you how to adjust your ride height. So before I show you guys the sensors, this truck, before I fixed it, it sat, so it sits 42 and like a quarter inch on this side. And before, it sat around 41 to 41 and a half inches on this side. So it would be off between an inch to an inch and a half at times. It's extreme, maybe like an inch and a half. So sometimes 40 and like 3/4 inches. But anyways, and that really bothered me. So what I did was I adjusted the factory ride height sensor because the truck has airbags, so it'll, adjust the air pressure in the bags. So let me show you where those are. And by the way, when I measure the height, it is from the floor, like from here, all the way up to here, okay? Right here at this edge. Anyways, so if you look, this bracket holds the factory air ride height sensor. It's right here, this thing, okay? And what I did was I unbolted the bolts on both sides. I unbolted the bolts, and I just kind of maneuvered it a little bit. So what I figured out through trial and error, and basically I tightened this nut up just a little bit, enough to hold the bracket in place, left this one loose, and I kept it at its further point down, so I pushed down on this side while adjusting this side up or down, okay? Ever so slight, like a quarter inch up, quarter inch down. I mean, it makes a difference, right? And when I did that, the truck began to adjust the ride height. It would go up, down, and so forth on both sides. Anyways, I got it to the point where now it is on both sides, and the truck does have a full tank of fuel and a full tank of diesel exhaust fluid, okay? So there's that, because all the weight's on this side, right, on the driver's side. The truck now sits at 42 and a quarter inches on both sides. So from the floor to here is now 42 and 1/4 inch in total height on both sides, the driver's side and the passenger side. Whereas previously, it was 42 and 1/4 inches on the passenger side and anywhere between 40 and 3/4 to 41 and a half, sometimes 41 and 3/4 inches on the driver's side. And that was really frustrating. Most of the time it sat at 41 inches here and 42 and a quarter inches on the other side. And that really bugged me because I can tell when the truck is sitting lopsided. Now the front on the passenger side sits at 40 inches and like a little bit under a quarter on the passenger side. On the driver's side, it sat at 39 and 3/4 inches on the driver's side. When I adjusted the ride height sensors on the rear, as it leveled the truck out, it also leveled out the front. The front now sits actually 40 and 1/4 inches total height on the driver's side, and it's like 40 inches and a little bit under a quarter inches on the passenger side. So it's actually perfect. I'd rather it be a little bit higher on the driver's side because that is where all the weight is. That is where I sit, the driver, right? So I'd rather it be a hair taller on the driver's side. But right now the truck basically sits perfect. It's 40 inches, right, from here, the bottom, the floor, all the way up to here, right at this edge, okay? 40 and 1/4 inches on the driver's side on the front, 40 and a little bit under a quarter inch on the passenger side, and the rear is now 42 and 1/4 inches on the driver's side and 42 and 1/4 inch on the passenger side. So the truck now sits even. It's now level, and I'm really happy about that because it really bugged me. It really bugged me. The truck sat, it was off a little bit. And let me tell you something. If you don't have much play in these brackets, right? In these ride height brackets, you can take the bracket off and you can make the bolt holes bigger. You can lengthen them, extend them, whatever, right? So that you can have more adjustment. So if this needs to be pushed up more, pushed down more, maybe half an inch up, half an inch down, or whatever, right? You can do that to give you more ability for the sensors to adjust. For those of you for those trucks that are sitting at, like, I don't know, really like 2 inches difference, you can do that. But what I did was, as a matter of fact, I did it. I kind of hollowed out the bolt holes just a little bit. That's what I said, through trial and error, right? On both sides, so I could have enough play. But yes, that's what I did, and the truck now sits perfect. But yeah, so there you go.